discretion is advised.
Chances are, if you guys clicked on this video, you've come across those AI generated ones that say top 3 best air guns, top 5 best air guns for hunting, and these are created by guys that have probably never touched an air gun. My name is Dana. I've been using air guns for over 30 years. I've got experience with just about every brand, every style, and just about every caliber. I've used a lot of different guns out in the field for real hunting situations. So I'm going to give you guys my top 3 picks for some of the best air guns that you can buy for up to coyote and pig sized game. Now, in no particular order, I've got the BRK Sniper XR. This is in 30 caliber. This is the Sonoran version, and this is a higher end air gun. You are able to externally adjust this, and the beauty of this particular model is it does have a premium sub-MOA barrel. And what that means is it's solid. You're not going to have any problems with point of impact changes, because when we're out in the field, it's really important to find a gun that's going to be durable and something that you can kind of bump around, and you're not going to have to worry about your point of impact. Because when we're sighting the gun in, we get it zeroed, we need to get out and hunt, we're hiking through rough terrain, sometimes the guns can get dropped, they can get bumped, and it's important to find an air gun that really has the capability of being durable. These are typically pretty maintenance free. They are simple enough to work on yourself if you need to. I've taken coyotes with this out to 160 yards. I've taken ground squirrels, I've taken rabbits, and I've even taken a pig with this gun. So this is something that I can recommend. It is quiet. You can add a moderator on here. I've got the 0 decibel Magnum version. My next example is the Western Airguns Rattler in 357 caliber. This is a gun that you can air up, you can load it up with slugs. It is semi-automatic. It does have the fun switch. So if you're out there on the range with your friends, you can have some fun. It is definitely nice having a follow-up. I've had to use it when I'm out in the field on coyotes. They go down, and sometimes you just need to take a couple extra shots. It's a gun that I typically use in the fixed position off of a tripod or sitting in one place for my coyote stands, or if I'm waiting up in the backcountry for some pigs to come through the brush. Really, the cons to it is fairly heavy. It's a big gun. It's not typically something that I hike around with, although it is still quite maneuverable, and I have taken it out in the backcountry. I have shouldered it. I've done a lot of different shooting with the gun, and I've used the gun anywhere from 120 foot-pounds up to right around 230 foot-pounds. It is really kind of where I like to keep the gun as far as the power, the shot count, and the accuracy. And the gun is very easily adjusted externally. It does have a power wheel out back. So depending on what kind of slugs you're going to use, but they are very performance-rich guns. They are made for hunting. The next example I'm going to show you guys is the RTI Mora in 9mm. This is a gun that I've had for about 9 months, and I primarily got it for coyote hunting, and matter of fact, that's pretty much all I use it for. A fantastic choice. This is the more expensive of the 3 guns. But it is very performance rich. I'm very comfortable taking coyotes out beyond 200 yards with it. Very accurate, very nice trigger, and it's very quiet. This does have an extended moderator that you can add on to this. This model does come in a few different versions. I've got it with the 1 liter bottle on here, so it gets quite a few shots. This is not a gun that I'd be carrying around in the field. I typically use it off of a bipod in a fixed position, and that works pretty well for me. I think the gun works really well off of a tripod. Just the way that the bottle is here, the balance of the gun seems to be centered pretty well. You can shoot this offhand. Most of the weight is towards the back. But with this large 1 liter bottle, it makes holding it up like this a little awkward. But again, I got this specifically for coyotes. That's pretty much all I use it for. and I have been very successful with it. It does include a very nice custom hard case, which is large enough to accommodate a scope, and it does include 2 spare magazines. A lot of people are going to ask me, if you could only pick one of these 3 air guns, what would it be? And that's really difficult because each one is kind of its own tool for a job. Would I take the Mora and hike with it up into the mountains? Probably not. For that, I'd probably want the Sonoran. You know, it's a little easier to carry around. It's a little more lightweight. Its shoulder's good for offhand shooting. If I was going to be in close proximity to a lot of pigs, maybe coming in within 100 yards, I'd probably go for the Rattler, just because it has semi-automatic capability, get quick follow-up shots. For longer range coyote hunting, I'd probably go with the Mora. So each is really its own specific tool for a job. Each one of these guns I can definitely recommend to you guys. They all have strong barrel systems. They're not prone to point of impact changes like a lot of other brands, and that's one thing that is really critical to look at in an air gun. How durable they are, how durable the barrel system is, because the last thing you want to do is spend a bunch of time at the bench getting the gun to shoot well, getting it zeroed, and then head out to the field to go on a hunting trip and find out that you're way off, you know, something got bumped around while it was in the case. And all 3 of these guns are pretty solid and guns that I can recommend to you guys that are going to be pretty trouble free, unless you're doing something stupid and you're trying to manipulate the regulator to just go higher than really what the gun is made for. Like I said, this is capable of making up to 250 foot-pounds. The Rattler is just about 250 foot-pounds, maybe a little more, and the Sonoran is just under 100 foot-pounds. And so each one is a bit different. So I hope I was able to give you guys some good examples of 3 air guns that I use out in the field. This is not a bullshit video. I could care less if you guys buy any one of these 3 guns. I'm just showing you guys what I use, what's worked for me. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've got a lot of hunting under my belt, and these are 3 guns that I can recommend to you guys. It is important to look at the barrel systems. A good tool for you guys is to go on the forums. A good forum to check out is the ham community, where you can talk to people that actually use these out in the field. Ask them questions, learn. I will leave a link for that in the description. As usual, a thumbs up definitely helps the channel. We usually put out a new video every week. Really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. If you guys enjoy these videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you like. We put out new videos every week. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.